Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new unboxing video, and today we are looking at the Caligula Effect, the Overdose edition. So to start, let's have a look at some of the box art. In this particular edition, we now have the choice of a male and a female protagonist, as this was formerly on the PS Vita. But it is also available on other formats now as well, so the Switch and the PlayStation. And here's the back. If you've not really heard anything or know much about this game, basically it's a little bit like Persona meets The Matrix with a hefty dose of anime. So without further ado, let's begin. Just a bit all right there as well, a symbol. We have a few different things. Comes the game, this comes with the soundtrack and a poster. So to start with, of course, we have the game. This came out a couple of days earlier in America. You may have seen this online already in places. So as I say, it's a bit like Persona meets The Matrix. It's kind of, you're in a high school setting in a virtual environment as people wish to escape their lives with their problems. It's pretty dark in places, I believe. Throughout the story, as it says there, you meet the Go Home Club. So the Go Home Club are the people that wish to escape the virtual world of Mobius. Or in this edition, you can team up with the Ostinato musicians. They're kind of like the villains of the game, the opposite sort of team who wish to stay in the digital world, and you can pick either side, really. So that's that wasn't present in the Vita version. As you can see, the attacks with the imaginary chain. That gives you a preview of what your attack will do before you actually launch your moves and characters. And of course, we have if you take the different path there, it puts an alternate ending. So that's pretty cool as well. Let's have a look at the artwork inside. That's nice. So there's that's the main cast of characters. I believe there are actually 500 recruitable other characters as well for your party. It works in that vein of things. It works kind of similar to that of the confidant system in Persona, I believe. So yeah, there we have that. Next up we have the CD soundtrack as well. Very well packaged, these editions from NIS of America. The music itself, it's pretty hardcore intense stuff. It is available on YouTube if you want to have a look at the different ones there. It's kind of hard to say sort of exactly what genre you would fit it into, other than some sort of like hardcore anime. I wouldn't even go as far as saying it's like dubstep, but it's quite intense. Let's just turn it around. So yeah, there we have the disc. I think that's just one side, isn't it? I don't think there's any more. Yeah, it's just the one side. This character here, this is like the rogue AI. I think her name is Mew or Yu. I don't know if there is English voice acting in this version. So I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But she just basically wants everyone to stay in the digital world, as it's a high school setting, and you essentially live out the same kind of, I wouldn't even go as far as saying Groundhog Day, but each sort of year or semester repeats, and then it kind of just resets and just keeps going around in this big loop. So it gets a bit mundane and a bit repetitive for like some people, and then they start to realise like the world around them isn't real. So you're then given the option to escape this digital world, or team up with the Ostinato musicians. I'm probably saying that completely wrong, and to remain in the digital world. Okay, so we're going to come to our next item. So we have the art book. Okay, some spoilers ahead. We won't look at this madly thoroughly, but so there's the Go Home Club. Yeah, so that was one of the other new things. You can switch between a male and female protagonist. Feel free at any time to pause this if you want to read it later. And I'm probably getting quite quick, but I don't really want to give any of the plot points away myself. There's a variety of different skills with the combat that you can have access to right from the get-go. I think the difficulty is quite varied. Sometimes you can come across very intense and challenging enemies, and other times you'll just breeze through some sections from the research that I've done. Musicians and other characters. Okay, so this is probably, let's probably get to the ostinato bit. Oh yeah, so these, like, I'm not really sure about some of them. I won't read sort of too much or too thoroughly about them. I think these are probably the bosses though. It's pretty in depth. So tempting to read them, but I want to discover. Oh, there she is. So these are two of the robots AI characters, Ari and, as you can see, U, or like a upside down H. Feel free, as I say, to pause anytime if you wish to read some of the sections here. Ari is basically like the good AI and she's the evil one. Oh, that's cool. So you get some lyrics as well for the soundtrack. Suicide Prototype is probably one of my favourite ones I've listened to. It's really intense. Short story. Oh, that's cool. Okay. We'll have a little flick through this because I don't really want to. Again, if you can pause it, if you want to read it now, do so now. I probably won't be looking at this till I come to the very end of the game. The game length itself is roughly about 30 hours or so, I believe. Although I think the difficulty is changeable and adjustable, if you wish to do so. Again, I don't really want to sort of spoil anything about the story. I don't think the story is super deep, but I think it's a nice, it's an interesting idea, particularly how people want to escape their everyday lives into a digital world, because I feel to a certain degree that's kind of like what society is today. To a certain extent, anyway. I'm not going too fast now. Oh, that actually comes. I don't know if you can be able to see that, how well that will show up. Again, feel free at any time to pause the video and just have a gander. Okay, so that's the book. One last item to show. Okay, so this is a poster. This is going to be pretty big poster. Ooh. Ooh. You can smell the print of the ink or whatever is off the paper. Okay, here we go. So, oh, there we go. So I have the male and female protagonist. I'll just lift that up so you guys can see. I'll be careful with it. That's pretty cool. Nice. Okay guys, that pretty much concludes the video, and I just want to say thank you again for everyone's support who supported me over the last roughly 2 years or so that I've been able to do these unboxing videos for the various communities. I will tag various people in the comments section. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time to sort of do a full review on this before G+ ends, but I just want to say thank you so much for everyone's support across the communities that have commented and enjoyed watching these videos. It's been a lot of fun to do, and I feel I've been able to improve the videos, or at least quality-wise, my minor editing skills over time. If you're not migrating from Google+, I just want to wish everyone the very best for the rest of the year. And yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say, but thank you again for everyone's support, and I'm glad that I've been able to help support and contribute something to the various communities that have seen this. Thank you so much, guys. I wish you all the very best. Have a great 2019, and yeah, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.